Don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of this, ain't you? Right? I'm absolutely pig sick of what's going on in the world at the minute. When will it actually start to get any better? I mean, I don't need to tell you what's going on right now, but you know, that flipping bloated orange human mince balloon is causing chaos around the globe, causing uncertainty, meaning oil prices are going to shoot through the roof. Well, they already are shooting through the roof. And ultimately, that means that food is going to go up in price again. So it looks like I'm going to have to pivot more towards budget-friendly recipes, which is what I'm going to do today. Starting with the unsung hero of tinned fish. And I'm using the tinned mackerel fillets today. And if you're anything like me, I usually like just scran these right out of the tin like an absolute scruff. But the great thing about these is that they're relatively cheap still. I mean, these are like 89p from Aldi. But instead of just scranning these right out of the tin, I'm going to turn them into something nice, something actually tasty. And at 89p a tin, plus all the other stuff we're going to add to it, it'll come in at around £1 per portion. So come on, let's get into it. So as you can see, the ingredients are very minimal. Okay, I'm not going to bother going into all of them because they'll all be listed in the description below. Obviously, we've got tinned fish, we've got some coriander that's looking a bit ropey there, but it needs using up, so I'm going to add it in. The lime has seen better days as well, but it'll be fine. It'll still taste good. We've got some rice as well, some butter. I know it's not real butter, but listen, we're trying to cut costs here. But before we do any kind of cooking, we need to do some mise en place. So, you know, get everything prepped and ready to go. So move everything out of the way. I'm going to start this off with a shallot. And I'm going to be using these new knives that have been sent to me very kindly by a company called Titaner, not sure how it's pronounced. This isn't a sponsorship, they just kind of sent me the products to have a look at. And I'm going to use the big boy, big chef knife, the 8-inch one. Very swish looking, isn't it, I think? And they also sent me a little paring knife as well, a little prep knife, and a 6-inch one as well. And I had to play around with these last night and they're super sharp. Like they just cut through that like butter. So I'm just going to peel this. Take that outside layer off. And I'm going to cut the shallot into little kind of ringlets. You see how sharp that is? Very, very sharp. In fact, I flipping cut my thumb on this knife as soon as I opened it. And what I'll do is I'll put a link on the screen so you can go and have a look at these knives yourself. Have a look at their Kickstarter campaign. And if you want one, they've got some discount on it at the minute. Now, before anybody says, oh, you know, you're doing a budget recipe, why are you promoting like a set of 600 quid flipping knives? Look, I'm not getting any kickback from this, any commission or anything like that. They've not paid me to promote these. They just sent them to me and I think they're a genuinely good product. I don't want you to go out and spend your money and buy a set of flipping 700 quid knives because you might think, oh, it's helping Adam's channel in some way. It's not, okay? All this is that, you know, maybe you're kind of like in the market looking for a new set of knives. So this is just me putting that product in front of you to have a look at and consider. That's all it is. So I'm going to place my shallots onto the plate. The garlic I'm going to slice nice and thinly as well into little slithers. Get them onto the plate as well. The chilli as well, just going to slice that nice and thin. I'm going to keep all the seeds and the placenta in there, because that's like the hottest part and I want a bit of kick in there. And I've got my lime here and we want the zest first. So I'm going to zest this into a little bowl. And I'm just going to cut the lime into little wedges, ready to kind of squeeze in later. And then the final prep is the coriander, which is not looking good, Brev. There's some really ropey looking leaves in there, but we can salvage from it. It's because it's gone a little bit yellow and there's some mouldy leaves in there. Don't worry, just fish them out. I will just give this a quick rinse under the tap. Stalks and all, I'm just going to bunch that up nice and tight and just chop it up nice and fine. And there we have all our mise en place, our prep all done and ready to go. So now we need to get the rice on. So I need my kitchen scales. Now obviously we don't want sloppy, horrible, stodgy, sticky rice, do we? We want nice, light, fluffy kind of rice. Now I have done a video on this, it's on the channel, a whole video on how to get the perfect rice, but I'm going to show you how to do it again. Now I know that this glass here, little focus, I know that this exact glass filled with rice is enough for 2 people. But for your benefit, I'm going to weigh it out so you know exactly how much you need. Get that on there, zero it out, and then fill that up right to the top. There we go, so that is exactly 200 grams, which is, you know, plenty for 2 people. Pan, get your rice in there, and then this next step is a non-negotiable, right? This is really, really kind of crucial to getting the perfect rice. If you don't wash your rice, it's going to turn into a starchy, claggy, horrible mess. Now, I like to wash my rice 4-5 times until the water is almost clear. It's never going to be actually clear, but it's close to. So just kind of put your rice in there, swill it around with your hands, and all that murky liquid, there's even like little bits floating on the top. If you don't wash that off, that's going to be in your rice. And if you're doing that, disgusting! And then just kind of gently, you know, drain that off. Obviously not tipping out the rice. and then rinse and repeat. And I'm on my 5th and final rinsing of this rice, and you can see, look how much clearer that water is. It's never going to be ultra clear, but you know, compared to what it was before, that's absolutely spot on. So final drain. Now for the amount of water, you just need to take the same glass that you measured your rice in, fill it up to the top with cold water, straight in the pan, and then half the amount again. So it's 1.5 times water to 1 part rice. In we go. And the other way you can do it is add enough water until it comes up to your first knuckle, which would be that one there. Then just pop it onto the hob, whack that onto its highest setting, add a little bit of salt, and bring that sucker to the boil. And once it's boiling like that, you want to stick a lid on it, and then turn it down to like a 1 or 2. And it needs to gently simmer with the lid on for exactly 7 minutes, so make sure you set a timer. Well actually, I've got you covered with that, I'll set yours off for you. Hey Google, set timer for 7 minutes. And obviously for you Apple users out there, hey Siri, set timer for 7 minutes. Sorry guys, I'm such a menace. Next thing we need, a frying pan. And I'm going to pop that onto, say about a 5. Add in a little bit of veg oil, and then just add your shallots first. And fry these off on a moderately high heat, because what we want to achieve is almost like burger onions. We want them to be a nice golden mahogany sort of colour, but not burnt, that's crucial. And we want them nice and crispy as well. It'll probably take you about 3 or 4 minutes. Now, once your alarm goes off, which mine is, you want to turn that rice, shut up. You want to turn the heat off that rice, just completely shut it off and leave it for at least 5 minutes. Don't touch it, don't aggravate it, don't move it, just leave it be. Okay, so once I've kind of taken on that nice sort of golden colour, you go with your garlic. You don't add this too early because it will burn. Okay, and when it's burnt, it tastes bitter and acrid, so just go steady with that. So you need to keep an eye on this garlic. You want it to kind of take on a very light tan. Kind of like this sort of colour, no more than that. And then take it straight off the heat onto a plate, because we don't want to cook this any further. And as that sits there and cools down slightly, it's going to go nice and crispy. And now the rice has been sitting for 5 minutes, we'll take the lid off and then just gently fluff it up with a fork. You can see how lovely and fluffy that rice is. No stodgy mess. That is perfectly cooked rice. So I'm going to add a little twist of pepper, some of the coriander, not all of it, because I'm going to add some to the mackerel and also a little bit for garnish as well. The lime zest. And then a good old knob of butter, sort of like that much I'd say. Look, I know it's not real butter, but times are hard. And then most of your crispy onions and garlic. We're going to keep a bit back for garnish. We'll add most of that in. And then just kind of gently fold all of that in. Oh, try not to throw it all over the hob. It is clean, for anybody says. And then just give that a quick taste, see if you need any extra salt in there. But I'm just going to leave that with the lid on, just on the back of the hob. And that will keep nice and warm whilst we get on with the mackerel. And you know the score, we're just going to open these up. So using the same pan we fried the onions and garlic off, we're going to put it back onto the heat on, let's say a medium. I'm going to add the chilli back in. Add a little bit of oil if you need it. I think there's plenty left in here. And just gently fry off that chilli for a minute or so. Then add in your tinned mackerel. Turn that down a touch. Ah, it's kicking off. Just kind of mix everything through and just kind of gently break it up. I still want nice chunky pieces in there. Just sort of gently break it up a little bit. Remember, everything's cooked, so we're just heating this through really. Now as that's heating up, we're going to add some more coriander, squash of lime, and just gently warm that through. And we are ready to serve this up. So I'm going to go in with some of our lovely rice, top it with some of our mackerel and a bit of that sauce. Finish off with a few sprinklings of those crispy garlic and shallots, a bit more coriander, and I'm just going to pop on a little bit of lime just in case you want to add any extra. And there you've turned a bog standard tin of mackerel into something quite elegant and delicious. And I am going to squeeze over an extra bit of lime. And honestly, this is one of the cheapest, tastiest ways to enjoy tinned fish. And I know that because I've made this plenty of times before. It is so good. And at around £1 a portion, you cannot go wrong. You could charge a tenner for that in a restaurant. And you could probably make this a bit cheaper as well by using tinned sardines. But I just like the meatiness of the mackerel. And obviously the price is going to vary depending where you shop. But I bloody love a bit of Aldi me. So there we are, a nice, easy, quick, cheap recipe. And a different way to use tinned fish. But I shall love and leave you there. I need to shoot off because I need to edit this video because it's Saturday afternoon and it needs to be out by tomorrow. So let me know in the comments what you think of this recipe and I'll see you next time. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks.